Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Katie, I am the Introverted Reader, and today's video we're going to do a review on this book. We're reviewing The Secret World of Briar by Cindy Pham. This is the Introverted Reader book club pick for the month of July. I kind of tried to do my makeup like matching the cover. This is the UK paperback of this. It's a different cover in the US. It's like black sprayed edges with this on the side. Very beautiful. And if y'all didn't know, Cindy is actually is that you there next to Zuko? Cindy is actually a booktuber, and I've been watching her for a number of years now. When it came out that she was writing this book, I was very excited. So I've read it, we're gonna review it, but we're gonna take a drink first. Oh yeah. Okay. So this book, Secret World of Briar Rose. Well, if the word Briar Rose is triggering anything for you, it's a reimagining of the story of Sleeping Beauty. And basically we are following our main character, Corin, and her sister Ellie, who are living in not the best circumstances. The place that they live is war-torn, there's soldiers everywhere, terrorizing people. And you know, their parents are dead and they basically have nothing. And then you know, there's this whole legend about this sleeping princess, and Ellie, the younger sister, fully believes in this legend, and she runs away to try and find the princess, but obviously Corin doesn't believe it. She's like, there is no princess, there is no hidden castle, there's just us and our misery, everything sucks. And basically for a little part of the book, Corin is basically trying to find her sister. And then we go back in some chapters to 100 years prior to the princess herself, Princess Amelia, and she is the Briar Rose of the story, the Aurora, if you will. She is, you know, obviously the princess with the fairy godmothers and everything, and, you know, cursed to prick her finger on the spindle and fall into a death-like slumber. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. And in her chapters, it's basically just all leading up to that, you know, leading up, like she turns 17 and then she's slowly counting down the days till she turns 18, and that is supposedly when the curse is supposed to enact, on her 18th birthday. So that is pretty much all I can I really feel like I could tell you about the plot without ruining it, because I don't want to ruin it for you. My overall feeling on this book is it was good, but it wasn't great. I'm sort of in the middle of where I stand with this. Should I get the negative out of the way first? Well, I don't want to say negative. I don't want to say negative because I don't want anybody that's watching this thinking that I didn't like this book. I liked it. I just didn't love it. It was okay. So I guess things that sort of fell flat for me was we go between the two different timelines, as I said. You know, there's Corin sort of in the modern day, and then there's Amelia, you know, 100 years prior, you know, with the fairies and her, you know, and her's the princess and everything. I kind of preferred those over Corin's storyline. I'm not gonna lie to you. It did kind of feel like two separate stories happening at the same time, which I guess is the point. But like, you would think that if it was going to be like a dual timeline, they were supposed to like weave together in some way. They're supposed to connect. Like, we didn't connect the two dots. The dots have not been connected. In my mind, anyway. You know, I was enjoying Amelia's chapters more than I was enjoying Corin's, if that makes any sense. Because it felt like, I don't know, it felt like two different stories. And it was kind of hard for me to put them together. And another thing was, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. Another thing is we spend a good part of this book in like a dream world or like a dreamscape. And I don't really like that. And, you know, like the whole like wandering through this really weird place and all these weird things are happening, or you think you see something, but you're not really, it's not really there. It's just a dream. Ugh. I don't really like that. That makes me feel disconnected. That makes me feel like we're just sort of floating around and I'm just supposed to accept what's happening. And I'm like, no, I don't like that. I'm not an Alice in Wonderland type of girl. I don't like falling through the rabbit hole and we're just in this weird random place where all these weird things are happening and nothing makes sense. I need things to make sense. That's just me. Um, and I guess really the characters in general, for me, I didn't feel, I didn't feel connected to them. Like, I can understand, you know, Cindy writing this book. She talks a lot about this on her YouTube channel, you know, about like her struggles with like depression and all her mental health and everything. But that's her story to tell, not mine. So I would go to her channel. If you're subscribed to Cindy, I would go to her channel and she'll talk about it herself. And I appreciated that. I really, really did. But, you know, that's a good thing, but like, if I'm being real, the characters in this just felt very flat to me, saying a lot of like, I don't know, quotes you could find on Tumblr, and I realize that sounds really harsh, but that's just kind of what it felt like. It feels like I could be scrolling through social media and find this quote on Instagram or find this quote, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, if you've read it, maybe you'll understand what I'm saying. The characters themselves just felt a bit flat for me. I didn't feel like I knew them very well. Malison, the demon that supposedly, that cursed, Amelia in the first place, I loved them. I thought they were the best, they were the best character in the whole thing. I would have read an entire book about them. I wanted to get to know them better, but I felt like I didn't. And I think that's my main problem with these characters. I wanted to get to know them more, but they felt very surface level. There wasn't enough depth with the characters for me. And the plot was just sort of like, 1 minute we're here, and then this happens, and then this happens. It all felt very like, yeah, I got lost in the sauce quite a bit. However, what I will say about this, I truly admired the fact, you know, Cindy writing this as a way to, you know, talk about her mental health, to talk about her struggles with like depression and everything. But like I said, that is her story to tell, not mine. So I would go to Cindy Pham's channel and you can watch some of her videos where she talks about it. And I really do think that this is one of the better like fairy tale reimaginings that I've read over the years, because I've read quite a lot of them and not a lot of them are good. A lot of them are basically just like, oh, I watched the Disney movie, so I decided to write it down and I just changed one or two things and changed the characters' names and boom, there you go. That wasn't really the case with this one. It did feel very different. There were still aspects of the original story in there, which I guess I did enjoy. But yeah, for the most part, it was like, this is what a reimagining should be. Do you know what I mean? Like, actually giving your own interpretation of it, which I did appreciate. I did. And I do really like Cindy's writing. I do think she is a really talented writer, and anything that she does write in the future, I definitely 100% will pick up. This is just her debut novel, so I'm going to give her a little bit of grace. So please do not take anything that I've said in this video as negative or like, oh, she didn't like that book then. No, I did. I did enjoy my time reading this. Like I said, it is one of the better reimaginings of Sleeping Beauty or Briar Rose that I have read in a while. And I've read quite a bit of them. And, you know, Corin's relationship with her sister did touch my heart. And, yeah, it was just the characters. And I felt like we could have gotten a lot more depth. We could have... yeah, there just wasn't enough character development in it for me, but that is just me in my humble opinion. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. Again, please don't take anything I'm saying as a negative. I did enjoy my time reading this. It was just 3 stars. I gave it 3 stars. So, and please don't tag Cindy in this, please. But yeah, if you're not subscribed to Cindy, just put her name into the search bar, I guess, and you'll find her. But on the off chance that she somehow sees this, I really did like your book. I really do love you. I think you're great. And I genuinely will read anything that you put out in the future. So, with love. I say everything I say with love. So yeah, follow me on any of my socials if you want. My Blue Sky, Instagram and Threads, TikTok, all of that is linked down below as always. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm edging towards 500 subscribers, so I would really love to hit that this year, so that'd be great. Like the video if you liked it, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.